Sports on Tap Detroit, brought to you by the Realtors of the Joe Wright Group, Jason Stiltner of Flagstar Bank, Time Out with Stephen Scott, presented by Baldman Entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping with news that's jaw dropping. They're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, if you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and ride with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go and all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome to Sports on Tap. I'm Chris Scott, alongside Joe Waddell and special guest host, Mr. Eric Anderson. Eric, welcome to the show. Thank you. Good to have you here. Levels good? Sound good?
Yeah. Everything's good, I think.
Yes.
Other than it says there's an error on our Sports on Tap YouTube channel.
Oh, is that right?
Now, so we might not be going out to YouTube right now. I'm just trying to check. You guys go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Do we know who Michael Long is?
Yeah, Mike Long. That's Angie's dad.
Oh, thank you for joining us, Michael. We appreciate it. Always nice to have listeners. You know.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
So, all right, we gave Eric the choice of what we're going to lead off with, whether it be the playoff trending Detroit Lions or arguably the dumbest play in NFL history that happened in the New England Patriots Las Vegas Raiders game, and he's chosen the dumbest play in NFL history because, frankly, I think that has to be talked about because I honestly couldn't. When I saw it, I didn't believe it actually happened. I'm like, there's no fucking way that this guy just did this. When he didn't need to because the game was tied, and I couldn't believe somebody was that dumb to actually do that. But alas, it happened. And if it was going to happen to any team besides the Detroit Lions, the New England Patriots works for me. I love it. So
anybody but the Lions looking bad.
Yeah, the Lions they're trending in the right direction. So that's a positive for Lions fans such as yourself. And obviously, you know, me and Joe are not Lions fans,
No,
but
What?
we'll get into that shortly. But I wanted to get into this play because I couldn't believe it, and the fact that Chandler Jones just like ran over Mac Jones on the way to the end zone was like that was the cherry on top.
That stiff arm was just downright disrespectful.
It really was disrespectful.
He like pushed him into the ground. Like his stiff arm extended all the way down to the ground before he ran to the end zone. I mean, it was not just like a stiff arm. He literally planted him into the ground.
Like,
that was it.
There was one earlier that Josh Allen did. I forgot who he did it to earlier in the season. I thought like that was straight up disrespectful. But then you see this one when Chandler Jones, he kind of like went out of his way to do it, which was like, there you go. That's just like, fuck you. I'm just gonna run you over because I can.
Really, that's kind of what it was because he didn't have to.
He did.
I mean, Mac Jones wasn't putting up some sort of a tackling clinic. Like he was basically already falling down and like grasping at his socks. And Chandler Jones just decided to, you know what? You're already down there. I'm just going to push you all the way down.
Yep.
It's the old Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
That's actually a perfect way to put it. It was like Mortal Kombat style. Finish him. Yes. And that's exactly what he did. So
Chandler Jones wins.
But, I mean, I guess what do you expect from a Matt Patricia-led offense? Because we all know that guy's – yeah, he may be a rocket scientist, and that's all well and good. But when it comes to coaching, especially offensive football, because somehow he ended up as the offensive coordinator, which I don't understand.
And I don't get any of that. And to be honest with you, like –
I don't get it.
I guess I'll just say that's all I can expect from a Matt Patricia-led offense. Like, there's no awareness of game script, time. Like, there had to have been a conversation about, hey guys, yeah, we're gonna try and get this. We're gonna try and get a score out of this, but if we don't, let's just live to fight another day. Go into overtime. The conversation couldn't have been, we're gonna do pitchy woo woo, and
I'm sorry, what?
pitchy woo woo, which is I gotta give a shout out to Scott Van Pelt on that one because
okay.
I
get it now. That makes sense now.
That was a Scott Van Pelt thing.
Yeah, I get it.
But it couldn't have been, we're going to do pitchy woo woo to try and win the game when the game's tied.
Right.
Like, they couldn't have been the conversation. You have to make your players aware of game management, game time, what's happening, what you need to do, what you need to accomplish. There was just no awareness at all. None.
No, there really wasn't.
Terrible.
But it was comical, and I'm always here for that.
I mean, it was fucking hilarious.
And the funny thing is, that's not even the craziest thing to happen this past week. The craziest thing to happen was the Vikings coming back on the Colts. Which
And yet somehow this has overshadowed it.
Right.
Well, and it also overshadows it because the Vikings came back against an Indianapolis Colts team. Yes, it was it's impressive. It's the biggest
it is the biggest comeback.
biggest comeback in NFL history.
Yeah.
Right? But it's also with a guy who was, not coaching at all
Right.
4 weeks ago. So,
I mean, should a guy with
Which
the
one's
last name
more
Saturday
surprising?
been fired on a Saturday?
I mean,
I think he should have been.
I think
After that, he should have been.
After that was just horrendous. And the fact that Matt Ryan's been a part of the biggest comeback in NFL history and then the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history.
Well, not just been a part of him. He's been on the
That's
the
what I
wrong
mean.
end of him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's been on the wrong end.
He's been
of
on the
it.
wrong end of
It's like,
both.
and I text you at halftime. I'm like, holy trash Vikings. It was
Yeah.
33-0.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I text you again when they were in one score. You're like, I can't stop watching. It's like,
I said
I mean, me either, but what the hell's going on?
so when you text me that, it was halftime 33-0.
Yeah.
I got into work and it was 36-7. And from the minute I turned that game on, it was nothing but Vikings coming back, and I was like, I can't. Like, I'm actually trying to do work right now, and I can't. Like, I'm just watching this fucking game.
It's like a train wreck. You can't look away from it.
I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
It was,
and there was a way.
And now, do you look at that game? Then now, who do you place the blame on? Do you put it on Matt or Jeff Saturday? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you put it on the
100%.
defense? Yes. Do you put it on Matt Ryan? Yes.
Yeah.
I think you put.
I mean,
that's an organizational failure,
well, so that's such a
and frankly, in the NFL, should never happen.
that's such a large comeback that everybody collectively had to screw the pooch on that one
And
to
they did.
let that happen.
And they did.
And it happened. Matt Ryan couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Nope.
The play calling was fucking awful because, again, and another thing that led to it was Jonathan Taylor going down in the first basically first drive of the game.
Right.
So they have Deion Jackson back there, who ends up fumbling and helps lead to one of the scores. You've got Zach Moss, a castaway from Buffalo. So you don't have your normal running back there to try and run the game out.
But that's the thing, though. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, listen,
It
I'm not-
shouldn't matter.
I'm not saying it
Not at
should.
that
I'm just saying there's a lot of things that contribute. Like, this was a perfect storm
Yeah.
of a bunch of shit leading to this comeback.
Yeah. And
That's all it was.
You get that prevent and win defense, which we always talk about.
And Matt Ryan is also preventing.
And Matt Ryan, we had that text going on, and he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, yeah, absolutely." And then, so I want to attribute to this, especially. I don't know if either of you guys watched the World Cup final,
I did not.
I did.
and that was a fantastic fantastic game.
That was epic. That was epic.
It really was. But you saw what Argentina did. They sat back.
Yep.
And what happened?
They
France
got
tied.
they got scored on. Yeah.
This is why I can't stand in hockey when hockey teams do this, when football teams do this. Why would you stop doing what got you the lead in the first place? I will never understand it. Never. And you see it all the time. These teams, they sit back, and then they're like, "Oh, we're tied. What happened?" Well, you sat back. Of course, if you're going to let them attack you, they're going to score.
Right.
It's going to happen. So when you see what happened with the Colts and the Vikings, I want to say I'm surprised by it, but I'm kind of not.
I'm still. Oh damn! Just bit my lip. Jesus Christ! I can't fucking win today.
Hey, you are struggling today.
Yeah.
I'm on a struggle bus for real. No, I think I'm surprised just by one aspect of it. It was such a large comeback. It was
Right.
like, I mean, the next largest comeback to that was Buffalo and Houston in the
Yep.
playoffs.
Yep.
And that was epic.
It was.
And watching this game, I'm like, there's no fucking way they're making this. There's no way. It's just they'll come back, kind of, but there's no way they're going to come back and actually win this fucking game.
No.
But I couldn't turn away. It was like watching, like you said, a car accident. It was like I cannot believe this is actually happening. This epic of a collapse by one team is actually happening.
Right. And I know we kind of talked about it Sunday, and I'll reiterate my point. I still think the Vikings are frauds. I do.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that are with you on that
Yeah.
one. There's a lot of people that are with you on that one. Their defense is like a sieve.
It is.
I mean, they have the it's a Swiss cheese defense. They're not going to be able to stop anybody in the playoffs, no matter
No.
who they go up against.
And yeah, they're going to get a home playoff game, and that's all well and good. But you have a defense like that, it's like, well, they might
better
be
get-
one and done.
They better get something figured out before the playoffs. Like they
Yeah.
gotta get something figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, I still think that's kind of a fraudulent team, but
Speaking of the playoffs, though,
yeah.
your team.
Yes.
Well-
The Detroit Lions.
They're making a push.
They are absolutely making a push.
Typically it's a different kind of push.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes, it is.
but typically it's pushing a turd out on the field.
Yes.
This year it's. I mean, they're 7-7 after going 1-6.
It's insane.
So in watching that game, because we talked about it earlier, I went to one of my buddy's houses and we watched it over there because he's a big Jets fan. So it's like, yeah, we'll swing by, we'll watch the game. And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, if this team had Mike White right now, they'd be winning. They'd absolutely be winning.
I echo that.
Zach Wilson is fucking terrible.
He's really bad, and yet he still had a decent game against that Lions defense.
Yeah, oddly enough, he did.
I mean,
The Lions look like the Lions, kind of.
throughout most of that game. And the one place they didn't look like the Lions is at the end, where they actually pulled the game off.
Yeah.
As opposed to shitting it away or finding a way to lose it.
I was still disappointed because that was the only thing they didn't do was lose it. 4th and 19. You still gave up the 4th and 19 that the old Lions always gave up. The same drive earlier in the drive. 3rd and 18. Gave it up again. So I'm like, here we go. 58-yard field goal. We've seen this before. I was sitting there sweating.
I love it.
And Joe, and obviously Joe, we have the same kind of sentiment on kickers. We fucking hate kickers with a passion. So
Despise kickers.
yes, 100%.
Especially the one for Cleveland right
Woo!
now. We'll get into that
yeah,
later.
we will absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there watching this game, and I'm thinking, wow, Zerline's going to fucking hit this.
Yep.
And he didn't. I'm like, you look back at that play that the Lions took the lead on, though. That was a brilliant play call.
Oh, absolutely. it was.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fucking brilliant play call. Ben Johnson deserves a fucking award for that play call.
100%.
And listen, it was great, and it was a great play, and I'm telling you it was a great play. But Lions fans reeling in a notch. I saw a post that said this. What was this guy's name that caught this pass?
I don't even know.
Right.
The tight end.
Who had the drop earlier in the
Right.
same drive.
Yeah.
Now, to our credit, I do believe even before the season started, we were praising the Lions assistant coaches, and I think they've done a hell of a job this year.
Yeah. So everything in the offseason, everything that they've done since Patricia's regime, the front office, Brett Holmes, the coaching changes, the assistant coach. The only thing we haven't been on board with and liked was the clown, the mascot for the team, which is Dan Campbell. So, other than that, I think you're seeing
Yes.
the fruits of those.
Around him.
Yeah, I think I still give credit to everybody around him. I still think he's a glorified cheerleader. I just do. If it wasn't for him, that 1-6 start would have been better than that, and you'd already be looking at a playoff spot.
I think they'd be in the playoffs right now if it wasn't for him this first,
because he
6
made
to
so
8
many
weeks.
coaching gaps.
He did.
They were and they were so bad.
Now he's reeled that in, and he hasn't been as bad. But again, I still give credit to I hate to do it. It is what it is. Everyone's going to hate on me. The Lions fans are going to hate on me for this. I give credit to everybody but him. I'm sorry. I think he's a glorified cheerleader. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. Now, I know Lions fans are all about him. Already were about him. They were all ready to run through a wall for him. And now that he's winning games,
oh man,
of course, this guy's going to have a statue if they make the playoffs this year.
And sadly, I think you're absolutely right about that.
I mean, it's if they make the playoffs this season, they don't even have to win a playoff game. They make the playoffs. This dude will have a statue at Ford Field. Just chalk it up right now.
I want to agree with you, but get us the playoff win and we'll go there.
So
Fair enough.
No, that's fair enough. But I'm too harsh on the Lions and the staff and everybody. I'm too harsh on that organization, and I know it.
No, you're not.
I'm pretty harsh on them. I am. I don't give them credit for anything. And listen,
We have given them credit. You and I have both given them credit for certain things when it's deserved.
well, I'm just admitting that I can look at every team in the NFL,
Yeah.
every team across every league, with unbiased views, even my own.
Right.
The Cleveland Browns. I'll praise them and I'll trash them in the same fucking statement.
I
if
do
they
that with
deserve
the
it.
Bills. You know that. I fucking
Absolutely.
hammer the Bills when it's deserved.
But with the Lions, I do still have a bias against that team. And if this run was by any other team, I would be more sold on that team than I am the Lions.
See, but I think we kind of talked about this. What was it, last week or Sunday? We talked about this. It's hard to be all on board when we've seen this movie. We know how it ends.
Right.
We've seen it so many year after year after year after year after year, and so it's hard to look at it non-biased because
Right.
again, we've seen it.
Well, and that's all.
Now,
all I'm doing is
you being the resident Lions fan here. What is your take on this?
No, I feel the same way.
Okay.
When you see it, it's like, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. You're just waiting for the bottom to fall out of it. It's just, okay, it didn't happen this week.
So there's a
I'm
question.
high on them, though, too. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Right. Absolutely.
You've got to ease your schedule coming up. The way you've been playing, if you can keep playing that way. But the 1-6 team, you can't bring that back. You can't have one of those games.
They almost gave that game away against the Jets. They did everything they could to lose that game. They were not the winning streak Lions in that game. They kept the Jets. The Jets were in that game, and according to Lions fans before that game started, they were going to tear the Jets apart. Mm-hmm. They were going to beat them by 50.
No, I was worried about that
Right.
game going into that game.
And as well you should have been. And Chris and I were the same way about it. But again, we get pegged as Lions haters, so obviously we're going to say the Lions are going to have a problem. I'm going to say this about this game coming up. That Carolina game coming up, do not take it for granted. Carolina's also fighting for their division, first of all.
God, that's such a bad division.
Unbelievably.
That is a horrendous division.
Unbelievably, they're fighting for that division. And they've actually looked better since they got rid of Christian McCaffrey and their head coach, Matt Rule. So is it in Carolina?
I think it's here.
Is it here?
I'm almost positive it's here.
Not 100% on that.
Nope, it's in Carolina.
Oh, it is in Carolina.
It is in Carolina.
Okay.
So it's in Carolina. Just listen, Lions fans are getting a little too cocky about this team right now, and it's like, all right, they haven't even made the playoffs yet. I know they're on an unbelievable run. And give them credit, be excited, all that, but
They're on a heater.
Lions fans have become very cocky fans at this point.
I'm not ready to go there yet.
It's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable.
Again, I think this goes to something else we talked about. I think it was last week. Is with the teams in this city, if they get even remotely good, like fans way overreact to it because, I mean, every pro team in the city has been dog shit since what 2012, 2014, around then when the last those Tigers runs. So I get it in that regard as to why Lions fans right now is kind of being cocky, as Joe said. I get it, but I mean, you also have to look at it from the turn of, again, you've seen this. They've let you down how many times? And
All of them.
if they do it again,
All of them.
yeah, exactly, all of them. So if they do it again, are you going to act surprised that it
All
happened
of them.
again?
No.
No, you should. You almost have to look at this run with caution. You have to.
Yeah.
But
100%.
Okay, and speaking of Lions fans being cocky and being all this, so Brock Wright is the name of the tight end that caught that, right?
Yeah.
Great play call, executed to perfection, right? And on Lions, I'm on Lions social media and everything on Facebook and everything.
Of course.
So Brock Wright is built different.
What?
That's a nice lead you have there. It'd be a shame if someone scored a 51-yard touchdown on 4th and 1. Brock Wright is built different. Okay, first
Do you
of
even
all,
know who Brock Wright was
I
before that
saw
catch?
that right after the game. I saw that meme
exactly.
right after the game. I was like,
Okay,
what?
so Brock Wright is built different. Okay, first of all, let's just chalk up to what it was. It was a great play call and a great play that got made. Brock Wright's stats for the year, his game logs before this, okay, because he's built different, so obviously his stats have got to be different, right?
Right.
So he 1 for 18, 1 for 25, 4 for 57, 1 for 6, 0 for 0, 1 for 2, 2 for 20, 2 for 6, 2 for 25, 0 for 0, 1 for 51 and a touchdown.
That's the wrong kind of difference.
He's built different.
It's built different.
Come the fuck on, guys. Chill the fuck out. Not every player on your team is a fucking home run hitter. Not every player is built different, all right? That was a great play that happened, but Jesus Christ, guys, come on.
Right.
What are we doing?
And Dennis, you are absolutely correct. Dennis says they don't move away from SOL until they get a playoff win.
So that's I wanted to
100%
ask.
agree.
I wanted to ask you guys that.
100% agree.
We don't oversee the SOL name, right? But if you did oversee the SOL name,
Yeah.
they're on a heater right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Haven't made the playoffs. Let's just say what it is, right? They're on a heater right now. They're playing very well. They're the hottest team in the NFL right now. When does SOL go away for you? If you had to choose and you were the guy that all right, this is when it happens.
They absolutely have to win a playoff game, 100%. You can't start any conversation about SOL going away without them winning a playoff game. You can't.
100% agree with that.
Okay. So that's mine. And so many other people have said just make the playoffs.
No.
because
You've already
but
done that.
even then.
They've made
They've made
the playoffs in 2016, 2014, 2011. How does making the playoffs change SOL?
one in 30 years? 35 years? That doesn't make it go away.
Right.
No, it doesn't.
Great. Thank you. Do it again.
Well, okay.
Do it again.
So for me, I think SOL goes away when you win a playoff game because that's the biggest knock against your team is you haven't won a playoff game. You've won one playoff game in the Super Bowl era.
Yeah.
And you're the team that's won the least playoff games in the Super Bowl era. I think if this team wins a playoff game, okay, you could be done with SOL.
You're trending in the right direction.
But-
I can't say that. Look at we're 70 years in to how many playoff wins?
One.
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 What?
So, yes.
So to me, that's the bottom line bar is they have to win a playoff game.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
like I said.
But so many people are willing to get rid of the moniker right now. Oh, they're built different. I love that. They're built different. This is not the same old Lions. This is not SOL. They have a culture change. Okay. Come to me when it has actual full results. Winning games in a regular season doesn't do me shit, right? We've seen the Lions make the playoffs.
Yep.
We've seen them go on runs in the regular season. They're on a hell of a run right now. Let's see it continue. Let's see the actual change. If this is actually a culture change, this is actually done with SOL, then the run will continue. They will play better. And even if they don't make the playoffs this year, then next year they'll come out and they'll play better. And maybe they'll make the playoffs next year. But at a certain point, it has to continue. You can't just go on a heated run in the middle of the season, in a regular season games, and say, "Oh, SOL's done."
because
It's not the way it works.
Not
man.
only
It's
that,
just not.
we've seen this before though. Like they'll have a late season run, and people say, "Oh, it carries momentum in the next season." That doesn't mean anything. It
No.
doesn't mean anything.
Well, what about last year? How many games did they win down the stretch last year at the end of the year and they came out flat?
Exactly my point.
They won all their games that they won last year at the end.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yep.
stay on your heater
Right.
and you get into the playoffs, that's great. You got into the playoffs now, but you got to win a game. You have to before this end of SOL conversation even can take place. You have to
So-
win a playoff game.
Do you think they will win a playoff game either this year or next year?
Not this year, no.
Either this year or next year.
I can-
Within this year or next year.
I
Within
can
the 2
see it
years.
next year because they will, especially with the cap room they have next year. I think they can win a playoff game next year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I do as well. And this is why I think so. And this is why I think maybe Lions fans might be headed towards the death of SOL. Okay? And it's not your boy Dan Campbell who's biting off kneecaps and out there saying man 100 times in fucking interviews. Like if that dude says man one more time in a fucking interview, I swear to like if we took a shot every time he said man during an interview, we'd be fucking drunk halfway through the
I
interview.
think we'd be dead, honestly.
This guy here is dead.
Alcohol poisoning.
But this is the guy. This is the reason why I think SOL could be coming to a close and could possibly die. It's Brett Holmes.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the last 2 drafts, okay, they're not just getting the first round draft picks right, which is what they used to do. They got Matt Stafford, Calvin Johnson. I mean, you got those guys right. Right? It's hard to not get a first round pick right.
Right.
Man.
But you also
Yeah.
have to look at it.
Dennis goes, man, that was the coolest wave.
Nicely done, sir.
Yeah, that was a cool wave, right, man? I was too busy watching the wave, man. I just
Can't
said,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Like, fucking, are you serious right now? You're a head coach. You were too busy watching the wave to even hear what the play
you
call
didn't
was?
understand what was going on, and you're okay.
You just said yeah to your offensive coordinator because you were watching the fucking wave? Jesus. All right. Anyway, back to the actual reason why this team might actually be done with SOL. Brad Holmes, first round draft or draft picks from last year, who some of these guys, even during the draft, I'm a big draft guy. We actually did a
You are,
live show
yes.
during the draft this last year.
Which was a
and
lot
then
of fun. That was
the
fun.
draft last year, we're going to do that again this year.
Yeah.
The draft last year and years before, we text back and forth throughout the draft.
Hi, Alicia. You just said, hey, guys.
Hey, Alicia. Hello, lady. So a couple of these guys I wanted the Browns to take, and I was very high on these guys, and Brad Holmes has gotten these picks right, which is what the Lions haven't done in recent years, or years ever, I guess. They haven't gotten the later picks right, the 2 through 7 round picks right. So Penei Sewell, okay, that was a no-brainer, right?
Right. Yeah.
Levi Onwuzurike in the second. Aleem McNeil in the third. Melifanu. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the fourth. Derek Barnes in the fourth, right? Those are all solid contributing guys for them right now. Especially Amon-Ra St. Brown. Great pick.
Yeah.
But you look at
He
Aleem
turned out to be a solid receiver.
Aleem McNeil. Yeah, but again, temper expectations. We've seen this before with the Lions. Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay. Second round pick. Gangbusters with Lions.
God.
Like,
Remember when he
but-
left and Lions
but-
fans freaked the fuck out when
God.
he left?
Yeah, and what did we say?
No,
it's a blessing.
It's a good thing.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, we were like, no,
They
this
wanted
is good.
They wanted to hand him the bag. To
They
stay.
did, too.
And it was like, no, man. That's
Yeah.
again, that's another move that Brad Holmes got right.
Yep.
So this year's draft, Aiden Hutchinson. Okay. Then they traded up to get Jameson Williams. He has shown burst in his first 2 games back, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't a fan of that pick when they made it.
I wasn't either, but again, the guy he was by far the most talented wide receiver in that draft, aside from the knee injury, right?
Okay.
So he's gotten 2, and Jameson Williams' first game back, 1 catch, 41 yards and a touchdown, and he almost had another big touchdown this last game. He's got burst. He's a guy that can get open. Kirby Joseph in the third. Malcolm Rodriguez. I still don't know why they. Can anybody tell me why they call him Rodrigo? Because I don't know how you get Rodrigo out of Rodriguez.
Hard Knocks, I think, is what started that.
Yeah, no, but
I think it was just a show thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was like, what?
Now
what-
it's stuck.
I don't understand that.
Now nobody knows the guy's
His name is
other than
right.
that.
They think his last name is Rodrigo. Yeah, like his last name is Rodriguez. I don't understand the nickname. But then you got James Houston, who was on the practice squad most of the year, but he came off. What was he? Have five sacks in 4 games or something like that.
Four.
Yeah, I mean, so he's playing well. Those are all picks that the Lions would not have gotten right in past years. No. Those are all guys that are contributing right now that were drafted rounds 2 through 7.
But this is where we praise the staff that Dan Campbell has around him. Is they've developed this talent.
Yes.
And we talk about that all the time. Like, we would hammer Jim Harbaugh for it. It's like, yeah, you got all these 5 stars and everything. That's great, but you're not developing these guys.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing with these 5-stars?
Yeah.
You're not developing them. And now you see these guys that the Lions have drafted, and they're actually developing these guys, and they're actual players now instead of just guys you picked.
Right.
And they're here for 2-3 years, and they're gone. And you're basically – because you've seen how many drafts that you go back, and you're like, none of these guys are here anymore. They're gone.
Oh, yeah.
But now they're actually developing these guys, and you're kind of seeing the fruits of that when you actually develop players. And that, as a coach, that's what you're supposed to do. And
Is it?
That's I heard.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, that's I heard. Yeah. So
Well, we might be on the wrong. I might. Maybe I think differently. Maybe I'm built differently. I don't know.
so and like I said, that's I think that goes to like I said, we praised the staff that he had around him, and they're actually doing their job.
Yeah,
Which
these
is-
guys are built different.
Built different, yes.
Man,
Man,
you know who actually is built different?
who's that?
Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank.
Yeah, I heard that. If you're a homeowner or looking to be a first-time home buyer, give Jason Stiltner, Senior Loan Officer at Flagstar Bank, a call today at 248-752-3631. Jason has great mortgage programs for first-time home buyers, including down payment assistance options and excellent interest rates. Again, give my guy Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631 and get the excellent service you deserve. Flagstar Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
My bad.
I was like, wait a second. Like I lost sound there for a second.
It's gone. Yeah, it went away there.
But see, you got to power through.
You just
gotta
gotta
power
just
through.
act like nothing happens.
You gotta
just
power
keep, you just
through,
keep powering through. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, man.
There you go.
So the other guy, like I'm gonna get into this Buffalo Miami game because I actually thought that was a good football game.
It was.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
It was.
Obviously, those are clearly the two best teams in the AFC East.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know Buffalo found a way to get it done. I was that whole game, and Lady Friend will tell you, I was not thrilled watching that game. I was less than impressed, but they found a way to pull it out, and congrats to them. That's a game that I think it builds character, for lack of a better term. I think it makes you better going into the playoffs. Yeah, you clinched the playoff berth, great, but you still got a lot of shit to work on. You still can't run the ball. You still can't stop the run. And you guys still give up like big plays, especially on big yardage situations, at an alarming rate. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean they were Miami was able to gash them.
Oh,
in
my
the
God,
passing
yeah.
game. I mean Waddle was able to get open. Hill was able to get open. But that's what they've done all year, right? So it's not like they were doing anything different to Buffalo than they've been doing to anybody else. But Buffalo has some areas they need to lock up before they go into the playoffs.
Yes.
And they need to work on some things. I mean, Miami gashed them in the run game.
Oh, absolutely. They did,
Just gashed them. And Miami's not a run team.
No.
They were like 31st in the league in run on offense going into that game. But Mostert had 100 yards in the first half.
No.
And if they'd have kept running him in the second half like they did in the first, Buffalo might not have won that fucking game. I don't understand why they went away from the run.
I don't either. I was wondering that same thing. I'm like, you're destroying my team right now.
You're killing them in the
Yeah.
run game, and in the second half, it was. I just don't understand what they were doing in the second half. Not going back to that more often. I mean, if something's working,
you keep doing.
you
it.
keep
yes.
doing it.
But I'll take the dub. That's cool. Like,
So, lady friend, hello, lady, says, nope, he was not impressed. As shocking as that is, yes, it's.
I was not happy
it is.
watching that game. I was
It is
not happy.
It is a complete shock that Chris is not impressed with something, and he's very hard to impress. So apparently you're doing something right, lady friend.
Because I was watching that game, and I was watching the Leafs Capitals game at the same time, and the Leafs look like absolute dog shit on Saturday night. So I was like, great, this is fantastic. Both my teams suck right now. Great.
Alicia says, "Are we done with the Buffalo song?"
Let's go, Buffalo.
No. The answer is no.
Let's go, Buffalo.
I was actually waiting for it after I did the read. I'm surprised you didn't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna do it later on the show, but since she asked for it, ask and you shall receive.
Yes, you will.
Do you want the beginning of that song?
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now.
It's growing on me.
Jeez, that's what she said.
Yes. So moving on from that,
Well.
the Chiefs Texans game.
Yes.
They had a scare. The Chiefs had a scare.
So that's 2 weeks in a row now. The Texans have fought
Yeah.
pretty hard against a playoff team.
We were talking. Obviously, we were talking about it on Sunday on our game day show, and we saw the spread for that game, and it was like what 15 and a half or something like
Yeah.
that, and we're just kind of like, no,
No.
nope. And anybody that listened, and if you actually took our advice and bet the Texans, you're welcome. So we told you not to bet the Chiefs on that one. That's just too many points in an NFL game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady friend says Saturday night was a nightmare. I am surprised we still have our 2 living room TVs. Jeremy Onkowski says could be worse. They could lose to Jacksonville. Well,
Oh, we're talking about the Cowboys.
I text Steve that night. I go, I go, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Y'all still them boys?
I think his exact words back to me were "fuck you, Butterball."
All right then. All right. Yeah, that was. I'm sorry, it's hard to say that it was a surprising result
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised by it. I mean,
because I don't.
But-
I
but
haven't
again-
bought in the Cowboys at all.
well, but you also
I did. I said
you also thoroughly said that the Jaguars are not for real anymore.
I did 100%.
So-
100%. I said that.
So I was one that was still on board with the Jags.
You
are,
were.
are building something real there with Doug
But
Peterson.
I did clarify. I said I feel like they're real in the terms they're building in the right
Yeah.
direction. This season, I said no, they're not for real.
They're for real and being able to beat teams like that.
Yes.
I mean, they have a team that, if you want to talk about some promise with the Lions, right? If you're a Jags fan, I think you should be happy with some promise there. There is some promise on that team, and I think Doug Peterson, as much as I don't like him as a head coach,
Yes.
he's doing some things with Trevor Lawrence right now that are really showing signs of working.
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence has been really good in his last 6 or 7 games.
It looks like he's
very
finally
fucking good.
starting to get it.
Right,
He's
exactly.
moving up to that next level.
Well, and to me, I chalk up last year as not even like to me this is his rookie year because he was under a head coach last year that was a shit show. Like that was fucking awful last
Yeah.
year. The coach he got selected to play under is a jackass. Was a jackass, and that was a shit season last year that I washed that away. To me, this is Trevor Lawrence rookie season, really.
Speaking of said jackass, I did see a report today that if Ryan Day doesn't have a successful season next year, that Uncle Herb's going to take over.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that.
I wouldn't surprise me in the least.
So we'll get into that more when we talk about the college games. I think it's next week. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
But what is it? I mean, I told you guys this a while back. Ryan Day tried to change that into an SEC team.
Yep.
He tried to turn them. They always had power run under Uncle Herb and under Tressel and under they always still had that power run game. They were not pass first. They could definitely pass on you. They had a good passing game. They had good quarterbacks, but they were never a pass first team. Now that's all they do. It's a run and shoot offense. It's a shotgun pass it offense, SEC offense, and it's not the offense that you need to run to win games in the Big Ten. And you're seeing that. You're clearly seeing that.
Oh yeah, it's hard to disagree with that because and I guess that comment that Harbaugh made kind of rings true. That you're standing on third base and you think you hit a triple or whatever the comment was. But
Yeah.
I think there's some credence to that. Absolutely, I do. It's like, dude, there's no reason to change what you were doing. It was working. You were beating Michigan every year,
Every single year.
and now you've obviously lost to them twice. But we digress. We'll talk more about that next week. Any other games you found interesting this week? I mean, there
let's
was
see.
like Cincinnati coming back on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that was Cincinnati got up early, and then what we thought was going to happen in that game actually happened after Tampa Bay got up early, and
Yeah.
Cincinnati came back and won that game and won it pretty handily.
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay continues to look bad, and Tom Brady continues to look bad.
Yes.
And I give it to Frank before the season even started. He's like, "This is Tom Brady's. This is the year where you see that nosedive." and we're seeing it.
Yeah. I think we kind of like agreed with that a little
Yeah.
bit to at least a certain degree
Yeah.
anyway. 'Cause we knew that he wasn't going to be like Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, like Father Time catches up with you. It just does, And we're definitely seeing that this year. And I think we saw it a little bit last year too. So
A little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't surprise me in the least if he was just done after this season. Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yep.
Wouldn't that
Another
be
game.
a waste, though?
Huh?
Wouldn't that be a waste, though?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I saw he had a new free agent to his roster, so I think he's doing all right.
Who?
We saw she did.
Yeah. She didn't waste any time with that.
No, she did.
Wait, who did she add?
Some guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who they are.
Oh, we don't know who any of these
I have
people
no
are.
idea
Oh,
who
no.
these people, but
I haven't seen any of it.
The
so I
one
don't
2
know.
weeks after the divorce was announced,
Yeah.
she was already shacking, seen with someone.
Oh yeah. And then I saw
All right.
I saw the girl that Brady's allegedly with. Yeah, he might have made an upgrade. But
It's an upgrade.
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 I love the Idiocracy reference. Nicely done.
Upgrade.
Upgrade. Nice.
So another game I want to talk about here, Cleveland, Baltimore. Boy, was that a fucking
Burn Barner.
that was a burn barner.
That's right.
That was a
It's a burn barner.
that was a real track meet.
It really
that was a
was,
real
yeah.
fucking track meet there. And once again,
said a track meet in the Special Olympics.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Once again, Stefanski does not cease to amaze me on the fact that he just keeps trying to not be a good coach. You have Nick Chubb in behind a top 5 offensive line, and you're just still trying to go out there and do donuts in your Porsche that you're paying $230 million to. I mean, I just don't understand. Like you've got the big ass truck in your backfield behind a big ass offensive line, and you're still doing donuts in your Porsche because you're paying the Porsche. You paid
Right.
$230 million for the Porsche, so you got to try and show off the Porsche, right?
Right.
It's fucking stupid. Go out there and win games. That's all you got to do is win games. And they won this game, so great, happy for them. Of course, Cleveland Browns fans, sometimes worse than Lions fans.
Hey.
Oh, they're still a shot at the playoffs. Shut the fuck up.
Well, and then you look at the other side.
Yeah,
Sideline of that.
there's still a shot at you getting at Giselle too, but
Yeah,
that
right.
ain't fucking happening.
No.
I mean, until you're dead or she's dead, you still kind of have a shot, I guess.
Right.
But it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
So you're telling me? I'd say more like 1 in a million.
I'll take it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Well, you go to the other sideline in that game, and then you see what the Baltimore Ravens are without Lamar
Lamar.
Jackson. Holy shit, that's a bad
Well,
football
see,
team.
the funny thing is, I'm glad you brought that up because I believe these few games without him have done more
Yep.
for him to secure that bag
Yep.
than him actually playing in any of the games he played in this year.
It's hard to disagree with you on that. It really is because you see what this team is without him.
In watching these games without him, that's on Saturday. That's what occurred to me. I'm sitting there. And I'm like, Lamar's getting the bag without even playing right now because these few games did more to solidify that bag
Yep.
than he did with his play all year because you see what they are without him.
That's
Dude's getting the bag.
That's a bad offensive football team without him.
Oh, they're bad. Well, look, they have no wide receivers. Like their wide receivers are garbage.
Yeah. And
Garbage. And they traded away the only one that was kind of okay, but still had stone hands.
yeah, you couldn't catch the ball. He could run.
Yeah, he could run like a gazelle.
He's like Clifford Franklin.
Not
in,
Giselle,
he's
Gazelle.
He's like Clifford Franklin in The Replacement.
Yeah.
Dude can run fast as hell.
Dude, right.
Can't catch a cold.
He did. He had to put stickum on his
Yeah,
gloves.
exactly.
It looked like he
You
jumped
know,
off an elephant.
Yes. But it's so bad. You don't. So for Lamar to do what he's done without any receivers or without any weapons, it's like that's actually kind of impressive. And then again, like we just said, you see what this team is without him. Oh my God, that is a bad offensive football team. But that's what it is. So I technically I do agree with you. I think he's getting paid without doing anything. So
Yep.
good
And
for him.
then you had the Green Bay Packers beat L.A. last night, which I don't think is a shock for anybody.
No, I don't care.
That Rams team is just so fucking bad.
Yep.
They're bad. They're like, I don't know how they beat Vegas a few weeks ago with Baker's being in town for like 36 hours.
Yeah, right.
I have no idea how that
I
happened.
woke up the next morning in disbelief.
I mean, that was wow.
Well, then you got that, and then you got the Giants Washington game, which again was marred by bad officiating.
Yeah.
It was. Like, I'm sorry, that was 100% pass interference.
That was definitely pass interference. They should have been on the 1 yard line trying to get a touchdown and then a 2-point conversion to tie that game because he did everything but actually violate him there. That was so bad. He could have filed a police report after that game. It was such pass interference. It was so bad. He got mugged.
Well, you had that, and then you had the Terry McLaurin one where he literally looked at the ref. He goes, "Am I good?" He goes, "Yeah, you're good."
Yeah.
And then no,
and then he throws a flag.
Yeah, so
they were on the 1 yard line. He points over. So if anybody out there doesn't know, the wide receiver has to be on the line of scrimmage to basically cap off the offense on both sides. Right. So there has to be a guy on the line of scrimmage to cap off that end, and the wide receiver on the end usually points. If you watch a football game, you'll watch this and you'll see this. You'll know what I'm talking about now that you see it. I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times. The wide receiver will look over at the ref at the sideline and he'll point. And basically he's making sure he's far enough ahead and on that line of scrimmage to not get a penalty called. And that's just what happens. The wide receiver will point to the ref on the side. They'll acknowledge you're good, or they'll acknowledge you need to move up a little bit. And if you ever see that happen, you'll even see them move up a little bit sometimes.
Right.
They'll point to the side. The ref will acknowledge it and basically say move up. They'll inch up a little bit, move up a foot or two, and they'll get on the line of scrimmage, and everything will be fine. Well, in this game, you saw Terry McLaurin do that, and you saw some sort of a cue from the ref.
Yeah.
And McLaurin thought he was good. Now I don't know what the cue was from the ref because we can't read lips and we don't know what was said. But by all accounts, the ref basically said he was fine. And typically, if you're not fine, the ref will tell you move up, even if you don't acknowledge. The ref will say you're not on the line,
right? And
they'll acknowledge, and then you'll move up. Like they'll give you that benefit. Well, it almost looked like the ref just wanted to call this penalty. He was standing there ready to call this, and as soon as the snap happened, he threw the flag.
Yep.
And to me, that was absurd. But what was worse than that was the fucking pass interference.
Oh God,
zone.
that was.
He did everything but take his wallet.
He really did. That was bad. Now I don't know if you guys saw this last night, and we're dipping into hockey a little bit, but I don't know if you saw this. It might have happened last night or a couple nights ago. Anyways, Kale McCarr, defenseman for the Avalanche.
Yep.
Arguably,
very, very good defenseman.
Yeah, he's arguably top 3 player in the league. He's coming around the net. Guy chasing him, taps him with his stick on his arm, and McCarr goes down. The ref calls a tripping penalty on the attacking player.
Yeah.
McCarr says, "No, he didn't trip me. He did," and they waved the penalty off. So Colorado didn't get a power play. They waved the penalty off because McCarr says, "No, he didn't trip me. I lost an edge, and I fell." So no penalty. Now Dennis asked, he goes, what were our thoughts on it? Is that classy, or was he a dumbass for doing that?
Both.
Okay.
I agree.
Both. No, so now in a regular season game,
yeah,
my opinion is that's a class move. I like the kid actually. I'm a big fan of the kid. I like that. I think that's great. If you're in the playoffs, it's fucking stupid. Don't you ever do that again. If I'm his coach, I'm going, listen, I love your integrity. I love the fact you're being honest. Don't fucking do that again. If we get a penalty call, just go with it. Just fucking go with it. It'd be different if like they were trying to call the player for like some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct or something like that, and Cale McCarr was like, no, like it's not. He shouldn't get ejected or something like that. But a 2-minute penalty for tripping, bro, you kind of got to let that go. I applaud you for being classy and a stand-up guy and saying, no, you just lost an edge or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Good for this time. Don't do it again.
Right. That's where I feel like there should be like a, quote, eye in the sky that looks at that, like a play like that. Like, no, he didn't touch him. He lost an edge and he fell.
Right.
Like, waved that penalty. The player shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
Now, I do have a thought or two on this. If this is a fourth line center.
No way.
Yes. if this is like a fourth line center that does this, I'm screaming at him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. You take the penalty. Just get the penalty.
Right. Because that's your job. Your job is to go out there and try to draw a penalty. That's your job. But I also look at it with McCarr doing it. I said, you know what? That builds up equity with referees around the league because they know you're not going to dive. So if you go down, like it's legit.
Yep.
Whatever. So in that regard, I'm okay with it. But I do agree with you. If you do that shit in the playoffs, don't do that shit in the playoffs. And he even apologized for it. He's like, to my teammates, whatever. I
Yeah.
apologize, etc. But yeah, don't do that shit. You want to do it in the regular season, fine, because I think you're looking at the bigger picture. I get it.
Right.
But yeah, the playoffs, no, don't do that. No.
I've never heard of it, or at least not being reported.
I mean, I've seen the commercial where the kid
Yeah.
the ball goes out of bounds, and he's like, he tells the ref that it didn't go out on me or whatever it was.
Yeah, and that's teaching good sportsmanship, but still, that's such a cheesy commercial.
It's like, when have you seen that? A pro player says, "Oh, that didn't happen." There's still usually the penalty anyway.
Right, yeah, I don't.
What's called is what's called.
I don't think I've ever seen or heard this happening ever.
Not that I can remember, no. But again, this is where they need that quote "eye in the sky" to be like, "Hey, no, this is what actually happened." So either wave it off or uphold the call, whatever. But
See, I'm kind of surprised they didn't just change the call. It's a slash now or it's a hook.
Right.
But that's the thing. I don't even think you could have. I don't think you could have called it any of those.
Right.
Because he just tapped him on the arm with
See,
his stick.
I didn't see the play at
It
all.
was it wasn't.
I am going to look it up after the show, though. I want to see this.
It wasn't anything egregious,
Right.
But to me, again, regular season, I get it. You're looking at the big picture. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with it. But in the playoffs, or if it's a fourth line guy, yeah, no, don't do that. No, but
You know what you should do?
what's that?
You should call the Joe Wright Group.
Yeah, you should.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, now is the time to take advantage of having the expertise of 4 real estate agents for the price of 1 on your side. Make the right move with the right group, the Joe Wright Group. Give Craig Joe Wright, Mike Bush, Shane Wilson, and Alex DeRocher a call today at 248-535-4750 to fulfill all of your real estate needs.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Nice. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, I do what I do.
Yeah.
Just needed that bell.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. We used to hit that thing all the time.
I know.
All the time.
Yeah. Here, I'll bring it closer to me so I can hit it.
Get it
hit
in
it more
there.
often.
You got any more of those quizzes or whatever we did last week? It was fun. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I think we're going to start doing more of those. I don't really have any now.
All right.
I did have kind of a fun one. I know we kind of do this every year around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you two are not necessarily movie buffs, right? But I kind of wanted to get. We're heading into Christmas. This
Yeah.
is not sports topic, guys. So if you're out there listening and you're like, it's not sports, shut the fuck up. It's our show. We can do what we want. So
That's true.
this is. We always do something. There's plenty of times we do stuff that's not sports. I want to get your top 5 Christmas movies that you watched, like your top 5 movies that this time of year you're definitely going to see.
Okay.
Like you're going to watch.
Yeah. I got my list right now. It's easy.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Home Alone 1 and 2, and Christmas Vacation.
Okay. I love you put Die Hard in there
Of course.
Yeah.
because Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is. So is Lethal Weapon.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never really thought of it that way.
So
Yeah.
here's one. Dennis put Christmas Vacation, obviously, because we know Dennis.
That's his favorite movie of all time.
Dennis has a shrine built in his house to Christmas Vacation, which it's a great fucking movie. I'm with you, Dennis. For me, it's the number 1 on my list of Christmas movies I watch.
If Dennis could get the trailer, he would absolutely get that trailer.
Oh yeah,
100%.
funny thing. Christmas Vacation is actually less of a Christmas movie than Die Hard. You know why? Because Die Hard actually takes place on Christmas, whereas Christmas Vacation, you never actually see Christmas Day.
No, you don't. You get Christmas Eve, but you don't get the Christmas
Thought
Day. Yeah.
about that. That's true.
Nicely done. Alicia says Elf, and I'm assuming she means Christmas Vacation because she said National Lampoon, so I'm assuming she means Christmas
that's
Vacation.
What she means.
And Jeremy Yankoski, he says, if anyone says A Christmas Story, I will lose my shit. Jeremy, I'm in agreement with you on this one. I think that is the most overrated Christmas movie of all time.
I'm with you now. I used to enjoy that movie, but they've played the shit out of it over so many years that I kind of am the same way right now. I'm like, I can take or leave that movie now. When I was younger, it was one of mine when I was younger I wanted to see. But they play it so much.
They do.
that it's been overplayed. It's just
Well, it's like, why do you need 24 hours of just this?
See, this is what they should do. Just rotate movie. Like you play A Christmas Story, fine. Then play Christmas Vacation. Then play Home Alone. Then play just.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be the same movie for 24 hours.
No.
it doesn't.
No.
It's ridiculous to me. And that's why it totally turned me off to that movie. I'm like, no, I'm done. But
It used to be a staple. It's now not.
yeah, and
it did for me too. It did, but just not anymore.
No.
no. Do you have a top 5?
Nope.
No,
We don't watch that many Christmas movies. The Christmas Story was like the only Christmas movie we watched.
okay.
Like, that was the only thing that was a must watch.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, I'm good. The old, I don't know what the name of it is, but the old,
It's a Wonderful Life.
no.
Oh, that's a
No,
really
it was
that's a really old one.
claymation. It was a claymation
Oh.
Christmas one. The red-haired Santa,
yeah,
when he
yeah,
was
yeah.
a kid.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what the name of it is.
Okay.
That, if it's on, I will stop and I will sit there and watch that every time it's on. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
Eric doesn't watch any. Eric doesn't watch anything with me.
That's what Alicia said. Alicia says,
Sports only in our house. If there's not sports or cars on that TV, it's not on.
so Santa Claus is coming to town.
that
Oh, is that the
Is
one?
that the name
is
of
that the
it?
It might be
That
the name.
might
of
be
it.
the name of it.
Dennis just said
Okay.
that. So for me, it'd be the number one would be a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Right.
And then it would have to be, man, I think Die Hard be number 2 for me. Then Elf. I really like Elf. I don't know, like it's so.
You know my
loves
thoughts on Will
Elf.
Ferrell.
I know you don't like Will Ferrell, but I enjoy that movie.
All right.
Home Alone,
Yeah.
and then
I just like Home Alone 2 better, but yeah, I understand where you're going with it.
Oh, you like Home Alone 2 better?
I think it's a better movie.
really.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know about
I'm
that
not
one.
there.
And then
It's my list. Fuck off.
That's a. And then the
Touche.
And then the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't hate that one.
No.
No, I
I
enjoy
think that one to me that one's just outside the top 5.
Yeah. You know when that movie came out? I forgot the year that movie came out, but the year that movie came out, just a little fun fact for you guys. Tim Allen had the number 1 movie in America, the number 1 book in America, and the number 1 TV show in America in the same week.
I do remember reading that somewhere. Yeah. That's.
Yep.
I mean, have you seen the new ones that they came out with?
So I've seen all the Santa Claus movies
Yeah.
that he was in, but they actually came out with a new TV show.
Right. Lady Friend watched all of it.
Really?
She did.
Hey, Lady Friend, was it good? Because I'm thinking about watching that. I enjoyed the movie, so
Right.
I wouldn't be against watching it. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, she said. I think she said it was not bad. Like it wasn't obviously like the movies or anything like that.
Right.
But she said it wasn't bad. So,
Here's
this is
another
the play too.
Oh, is this the play?
This is the play. And of course, you're going to catch it when they're not going to show another replay.
Oh, look at him. No, he's.
Yeah, he's like, dude,
He's
no.
like, no, right then and there.
Here's another fun fact. Did you know that basically, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so is Gremlins?
Fair.
Oh my God.
It is. It's on Christmas.
So true.
She said, I like them, yes. Some good adult jokes hidden.
Nice.
Okay.
As long as they're hidden, so I can watch it with Ray.
Exactly. You're not quite ready for those yet, Ray.
Yeah. No, I mean, although with the 2 parents she has, she's going to get those adult jokes sooner than most kids.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
Unfortunately.
assumption. I think that's definitely a fair assumption.
And she's too smart for her own good. So,
Oh, man.
some of the like the animated ones, which I don't really count on these lists, but like a Charlie Brown Christmas, I love that. For me, that brings me back to being a kid, right? Like if you ever watch
Yeah.
it.
I like that one too. Just it reminds me of my grandmother. 'Cause, like growing up, she always would call me Charlie Brown. So
Okay.
that's up there for me too.
Yeah,
I would say.
and then I actually bought bought the digital ones for Ray because she loves them. And I used to love when I was a kid is the original Frosty the Snowman.
Yep.
The original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yep.
I mean, those are just classics but of course, my daughter loves those movies anytime, so I don't just watch them with us. I actually have seen them throughout the year because she loves them. And then The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
My daughter watches that throughout the entire year.
Is that right?
Yeah, she loves it. She fucking loves it. She loves the Grinch. She loves Jim Carrey as the Grinch. She knows Jim Carrey is the Grinch. It's great, and that's one of my favorite movies too. So that falls just outside my top 5 of movies that I watch this time of year, because I actually see that one a lot throughout the year. So it's not one of those ones where I'm just like, it's this time of year
Right.
now I got to see it.
Jeremy says, according to Bruce Willis, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. I don't care what Bruce Willis
I don't care
thinks.
what Bruce Willis says.
Just because you acted in it doesn't mean your opinion matters.
Exactly. I don't care.
You didn't direct it. You didn't write it. You were just acting in it.
Yes, I think it's a Christmas movie. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
I definitely say it's a Christmas movie.
The movie happened at a Christmas party on Christmas. I
That's
don't know what
right.
else to tell you.
That's right.
Thank you. Fucking thank you.
Oh, that's good stuff. I love it. Now, being as it's Christmas time, and this obviously winter's coming. We haven't really had that much snow yet.
Winter is coming.
Winter, yes, it is. So, if you wanna, I can't. You totally lost me with that. You totally lost me with it. It's gone now. It's gone.
Sorry.
Thursday night.
So I'll just, I'll just go into it.
All right, that's what she said.
I'll just, right, yeah.
No, what were you gonna do? What were you saying?
I was gonna
Sorry.
do the at your service read.
Oh,
We fucked that up.
my bad.
Oh.
I guess I'll just do it. Oh man.
Your service by Pat.
Yeah. Looking to brighten up your home or commercial building? Give At Your Service by Pat a call today at 248-794-0008 for your free estimate. At Your Service by Pat specializes in home and commercial building cleaning. Services include roof and house cleaning featuring soft wash, which is a longer lasting alternative to pressure washing. They also offer window cleaning, concrete cleaning, deck and fence restoration, gutter services, and more. So call At Your Service by Pat for your free estimate today at 248-794-0008.
No, I sound drunk.
With that lead in, yeah, a little bit.
So Jeremy says a classic animated one that he likes is "'Twas the Night Before Christmas,"
Okay.
where the mouse writes a letter saying Santa is
That was
phony.
Dennis.
That's what I said, Dennis.
Oh, he said Jeremy.
Did I say Jeremy?
I think you said Jeremy.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. So that was Dennis. He says the one where he writes a letter saying Santa's phony. So they build a clock to make Santa happy again. Always love that one. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I can't recall that one.
No, I can honestly say Christmas is not exactly my favorite holiday.
Never,
Especially now.
never was for me.
Like, I feel like if you've worked in retail...
Dennis goes, "You did say Jeremy." Shut up, Dennis. Or should I say Jeremy?
Like, I feel like if you've worked in retail during the holiday season, it just,
Love you, Dennis.
it just totally kills, like, the Christmas spirit, I guess.
See that.
Because you
Yeah.
see just how terrible fucking people are.
Well, and so I managed bars and restaurants for
Oh,
years.
yeah?
and we never really. I'm glad you're laughing about this. So yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Retail in the service industry, and I actually did. Jeremy goes, "Fuck you." Okay, fuck you too, Dennis. I mean Jeremy. Fuck off, both of you. Thanks for listening, guys. So I think working in that service industry gets you there, and then I also did inventory for retail stores for quite a few years, and they had the inventory done around Christmas time. And I would be in those stores for 8, 9, 10, 11 hours with nothing but Christmas music playing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, that's one reason why I don't listen to Christmas music to this day, really. Unless I have my daughter in the car, I'll play it for her, and I'll grin and bear it. But because we do a lot of things for kids that, it's fun to see their happiness. For me, I hate Christmas music. I can't stand it.
I don't give a shit
despise
about your
it.
kids.
Well, you don't.
Well,
You don't have kids.
There's a reason for that.
I mean, other people don't give a shit about your dogs, but
That's fair.
you love your dogs.
I do.
we
know?
got a problem, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's the philosophy across the world, though, right? I mean, everyone shares pictures of their dogs or their cats or their kids.
Yes.
Only you really care about that. Nobody else gives a shit. Like, I love my kid. I don't love your kid. I don't care who you are. I don't love your kid. Yeah, I'm sure you love your kid. I think your kid's kind of ugly and mean and kind of a shithead. But I mean, I love my kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
That's just the way it is. Everyone loves their own.
Right.
Everyone else is like, oh, geez. I'm sure everyone looks and is like, oh, Jesus Christ. Joe's posted more pictures of his fucking daughter again today. Oh, God. Me, I'm like, look at these pictures, man. I fucking love my daughter. I know nobody else fucking cares. I know that. I don't give a shit. Dennis says I share pictures of my beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we love Ray.
I know. I know you do. And you know I love your dogs.
Yes. Yes. Even though they're jerks.
And I love
players.
your dogs. You obviously know I love your dogs.
Oh, I know.
I can actually get closer to his dogs.
Yes.
Your two won't let me get close to them without fighting each other. So.
Yeah, but once they calm down, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're just excited to see new people. That's all. But
I'm not new.
yeah, but you are.
You're
though.
new today.
Yeah, you're new today. Exactly. You
short
nailed
memories.
it. You're new today.
It's like you were never here before.
Oh, and Allison says, I love the pics you share of Ray. She is sweet. She's a sweetie. She loves you too.
So
At least I have another person out there that likes the pictures I share of her.
how did we do on the picks last week? Was it bad?
So it was just the three of us this week.
Yeah.
So we had Eric and I both went 9-6-1. We had another fucking tie.
Yeah.
It was the Chargers Tennessee game.
Okay.
LA was -3 and they won by 3. So
Right.
9-6-1 for you and me, Eric, and Chris. You went 7-8-1.
Aish. Bad week for me.
Yeah. So Eric is only 10 games below 500 right now.
Nice.
Wow.
80, 90,
Attaboy.
and 5.
Right.
Chris, you are one game above
All right.
500, 97, 96, and 5.
Okay.
I am 94, 99, and 5.
Okay. All right.
So overall, not very good for any of us. Better for you. Overall.
I'll take the game over 500.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
One is one.
One is one. Well, the picks. We got a big slate to get to tonight. So, all
right.
Hope you guys are ready for this.
Get into it?
Oh yeah.
Are you ready for this big slate, folks? We're going to bring this big slate right to you.
This segment is brought to you by the Joe Wright Group.
Let's just slap this big slate right on the table. Let's just show the big slate.
All right then.
Where's it coming from?
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, I mean, let's take the biggest matchup of the week.
Well, don't ease me into it. All right, here we go.
Western Kentucky taking on Southern Alabama. Southern Alabama's laying 4 in the New Orleans Bowl.
Quebec, go ahead.
Fuck you, bro.
That was great.
I feel like you've been waiting to push that.
It was just right.
Yeah.
I've done it to Frank and I've done it to Chris. So
I bet
Oh,
you have.
absolutely.
that's what happens when I'm in control of the drops.
Yeah, that's definitely been.
One day we got to do a trading places day.
You're a loser.
And the shit keeps coming. All right.
That's what she said.
Oh, boy. It's getting deep.
Well, this is awkward.
Oh God.
All right, what game are we picking?
Yeah, right.
Oh, Western Kentucky and Southern Alabama. Southern Alabama's laying 4 in the New Orleans Bowl.
All right, let me pull up all of college football so I can actually see where this fucking game's
sure.
at. Western Kentucky and South Alabama. Why did this South Harmon Institute of Technology?
Yeah. Yes.
Give me Western
Oh my
Kentucky,
God.
I guess. I can't believe we're picking this game, but
Yeah. What? Hey man, you won a bowl games.
I know. Yeah. What bowl game is this? What's it called?
New Orleans Bowl.
The New Orleans Bowl. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Joe, I'm rolling with you. I'm going with Western Kentucky as well.
Interesting. I'm going to get on my island.
Oh, it's
South Alabama,
South
huh?
Alabama.
South Alabama. Why not, right?
Why not?
Exactly. Why not?
It's almost a pick'em game.
That is true. Next up, we got Baylor laying 4 taking on Air Force in the Armed Forces Bowl.
You know what? Give me Baylor minus the 4.5 in this one.
I'm going to go with Air Force in this one.
I'm also going to go Baylor.
All right.
No delay this week, boys.
There is no delay
There is no delay.
other than up here.
We're not going to go there, okay? Okay? This is as live as it gets, sir.
You can't let that shit happen. That was almost like 2 years ago. I
Yeah,
made that
was
drop.
yeah. Well, what I forgot what you were ranting about.
I was
You can't
the
let
Maple,
that
the Maple
shit
Leafs.
happen. You can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Maple Leafs, 100%. Next up, we got Louisville taking on Houston. Houston's laying 7.5 in the Independence Bowl.
Give me Houston -7.5.
I'm with you on that one. I am also taking Houston.
And I will third that.
All right. Next up, we have Wake Forest laying 1 against Missouri in the Gasparilla Bowl.
Okay, the Gasparilla Bowl.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I'll give Greggy a little shout out from work,
There you go.
and I'll take his sorry-ass Tigers.
All right.
Taking Mizzou, eh?
You know what? I'm going to jump on board with you. I'm going to take Missouri.
All right. I am not taking Missouri. I'm taking the other team.
Well,
Wake Forest.
Yes.
Wake Forest.
I am taking Wake Forest.
It's like watching a bunch of retards trying to fuck a doorknob.
You know they're talking about making a remake to that.
A remake?
Please,
Like a sequel?
Don't do
Yeah.
it. Please don't do it.
I'm all aboard. Do
Really?
it. Oh yeah,
I don't know, man.
bring on more of that shit show. I
'Cause
love. It's such a.
He's dead.
It's not the same.
yeah.
shit
You're
show.
actually it won't be the same because he
Yeah.
won't be in it. You're
Yeah.
right. He is dead. Yeah. So no.
Vince Vaughn's half dead. I mean,
well,
let's get
yeah, it's true.
what's left of the rest of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he really made
Ben
that movie,
Stiller.
honestly.
Ben Stiller's okay. He might still be, 1 foot
But-
out of the grave.
Yeah, but if it's just him coming back for that movie
It's not.
without, nah, I'm good. Yeah, you're right. I'm
Yeah,
good on
no.
that. Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What do we got? Next up, we got Middle Tennessee taking on San Diego State. San Diego State's laying 7 in the Hawaii Bowl.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
I'm gonna take San Diego State minus the points.
I'm with you, Joe. I am taking San Diego State as well.
I'm going to have to agree as well. Take San Diego State.
San Diego State. Next up, we got New Mexico State taking on Bowling Green. Bowling Green is laying 3.5 in the Quick Lane Bowl.
All right. Give me Bowling Green.
All right. That's yeah. I'm going New Mexico State on this one.
I'm also taking New Mexico State.
You guys know something I don't, or
No.
I don't think anybody knows anything about this fucking game.
No.
Next up, we got Memphis laying 7.5, taking on Utah State in the First Responder Bowl.
all right. This game might not even be done by the time we start the show next week.
Yeah.
Give me Memphis.
Joe, I'm rolling with you on this one. I am also taking Memphis.
And I'm also taking Memphis.
Pay that man his money.
Yes.
All of it.
Teddy KGB.
Such a great fucking
It
movie.
really is. It really is.
You ever seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Rounders? Fucking
Love
love
that movie. Such a good movie. And the last game on the college slate, the big college slate. Wisconsin laying 3.5, taking on Oklahoma State in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
All right. Which game is this?
The Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
Wisconsin taking on Oklahoma State.
Yes.
Oh, this
And-
game won't even start until after our show next week. We shouldn't do this one this week.
Oh, is that right?
We should do it next week. Yeah, it's at 10:15 p.m. on Tuesday.
yeah.
We should save this one for next week.
Okay. I
'Cause
just,
in
I,
that-
didn't, I just saw it. I didn't see what
Oh
time,
yeah,
time it
yeah.
started.
Because
so.
in that case, it won't even.
10-15 game.
Yeah. So let's do that one next week.
Sounds good. All right. So
Sorry, buddy.
No, I didn't even see what time it started. I saw it was a game. I'm like, oh fuck it, pick that one. Whatever. Move on to the NFL. First up, we got Jacksonville taking on the New York Jets, and as when I wrote this, it was a pick'em.
It still is a pick 'em. Zach Wilson is basically slated to start another game because Mike White is still not going to be cleared for that Thursday game with broken ribs. Give me the red-hot Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence playing very well under Doug Peterson's offense.
I'm going with Jacksonville as well.
Yeah.
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville
Jacksonville across the board. All right. Next up, we got the Bills taking on the Bears. Buffalo's laying 9.5.
The Bears. 8.5 is a lot.
9.5.
It's 9.5?
As of the time I wrote
Wow.
this, it was 9.5.
Okay. Wow, that's even more then. So,
Yeah.
the Bears are not good, but in Chicago, they're bad. Buffalo's not good against the run. Chicago can run the football. I think they'll keep this within reach. Give me the Bears getting 9.5.
Yep.
I'm taking the Bears as well because it's supposed to be horrendous weather. It's supposed to be like minus weather.
Yeah.
So, as to your point, the Bears can run the ball a little bit. The Bills cannot stop the run. I think this will definitely be within 9.5. Absolutely.
Yep. I will take Chicago as well.
Bears.
Bears across the board.
Next up, we got New Orleans taking on Cleveland. Cleveland's laying 2.5.
Which shit show, dude?
Which a shit show.
Which Cleveland Browns team are we going to get? Are they still going to try and showcase their Porsche that they paid $230 million for, or are they going to be smart and run the ball a little more?
You know, Jimmy Haslam's going to have them wanting to show off that Porsche, man. Come on now.
Still give me Cleveland
Yeah.
at home. New Orleans is not very good either, but, I mean, man, I'm just frustrated with the way they're running that offense in Cleveland right now. It's just fucking stupid.
I'm going with Cleveland as well.
Yep.
Browns. And from what I hear, they're going back to the white face mask permanently, which they should because it looks significantly
It
better.
does look better.
Yeah.
You know what would they look even better? They had good play calls and ran a good offense, but, you know, let's worry about the fucking white face mask.
And the elf,
Beggars can't be
you have
choosers,
at
sir.
midfield.
And the elf at midfield. Fucking jackasses.
Like, I know the fans voted for that, but like, as an owner, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Like, I would rig the voting. Be like, no.
I don't know how the fans fucking voted for that. It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's brutal. Next up, we have the...
I don't like to make toys. I want to be a dentist.
Oh, Jesus. Got the Bengals laying 3.5, taking on the Patriots.
Sorry. Oh, God.
I'll take the Bengals, please. I'll start that there.
Yeah, you know what? Give me Cincinnati. This is a tough one. New England's at home. I just don't trust their offense with Matt Patricia running it, and they just don't look like anything is in sync with them. Cincinnati doesn't look great, but they were able to come back against Tampa. Yeah, give me Cincinnati minus 3.5.
I'm also going with Cincinnati. Next up, we got the Giants taking on the Vikings. Minnesota's laying 3.5.
Give me Minnesota minus 3.5. I trust them more than I do the Giants at this point.
I'm going to roll with the Giants on this one.
Fighting for playoff life.
Fighting for playoff life. The Vikings have clinched their division already. Yeah, I like the Giants in this one.
All right.
Yeah.
And
I'll also
especially
take the
coming off that
Vikings.
emotional high of this past week.
Yeah.
I could see a letdown.
Yeah.
So you're going with
Yeah, I will take the Vikings.
Minnesota. Okay.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Next up, we got the Seahawks taking on the Chiefs. Kansas City's laying 9.5.
It's just so many points on some of these games. It's
I know.
Man, you don't even want to touch it.
That's what she said.
Well, I always walk into that.
It's also what she said. Give me Seattle for the same reason you took the Giants. I'm taking Seattle fighting for a playoff life right now. Not saying they're going to win this game, but I think they'll keep it within 9.5.
I'm sorry, who are you taking?
Seattle.
Okay.
Sorry,
No, I was.
did I disturb your nap?
I wish.
Hello.
I'm gonna roll with the Sea Chickens as well.
Yep. 100%. 100% agree. That's just too many points. Like we talked
It is a
about
lot.
before.
It's
It's
a
too
lot of
many in the
points.
NFL.
That's a lot of points. Next up, we got Philadelphia taking on the Cowboys, who are laying 5.
Give me Dallas. I'm surprised they're laying 5 right now. That spread's going to go up. Jalen Hurts is not going to play.
Nope.
He's probably going to be out for the next few weeks. He's got a sprained throwing shoulder that's going to hold him out, just in case anybody didn't pick up on that news. So, yeah, anybody that has Jalen Hurts in their fantasy playoffs right now, run out and get Gardner Minshew.
Or if you're betting inclined, I would probably get on this number now.
Yeah, I would get in on Dallas. I think this number does reflect the fact that Philly is going to be without Jalen Hurts, but I also think this number is going to grow even more than this because I think if Philly has a healthy Jalen Hurts, I think this is more of a pick'em game or maybe even Philly giving up one, whereas I think this spread actually is showing that they know Jalen's not going to play. I'll still take the Cowboys minus the 5.
I'll also take Dallas, yes.
Right. Dallas across the board then. Next up, we got the Raiders taking on the Steelers. Pittsburgh's laying 3.
How the fuck is Pittsburgh giving up points in a game?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
This should be the ugliest pick'em of the weekend.
Give me the Raiders. Pittsburgh they both are dog shit, kind of, but
I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah. I'll take the Raiders as well.
Hello, lady.
Hello, lady. Which one are we trying? Oh, nice. Oh. All right. Cool. All right. Next up, we have Tampa Bay laying 6.5, taking on Arizona.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mind you guys, when we do the picks, that's what I do at home looking at my phone. I'm like, fuck, why?
Yeah, right.
This, I know, right? You know what? Arizona might be down to their 3rd quarterback.
Yeah. Somebody's got to win that division.
Kyler's out, and Colt McCoy has a concussion, left the last game. Give me Tampa Bay. They're not playing well, but give me them to win this game against a team down to their 3rd-string quarterback.
I'm also taking the Bucks because, like I said, somebody's got to win that division.
I'm going to go on a whim here.
Oh.
Yep.
He's taking the Cards, eh?
The way Tampa's been playing, 6.5 points. That's a lot of points for them. I think.
Yep. No, I don't
we'll
disagree.
Find out if I'm wrong, but
I don't disagree with you there. The only thing if Colt McCoy was playing in this game, I'd be on that side.
If it was a
3rd-string
4-point
quarterback
spread, my answer would be totally different.
Yep.
Solid logic. Yep. Next up, we got the Chargers laying 4, taking on Indianapolis.
Chargers laying 4, taking on Indy. Yeah, give me the Chargers. Indy's without Jonathan Taylor. He's probably not going to play the rest of the year with that high ankle sprain. They just got decimated in the biggest, giving up the biggest comeback in NFL history to Minnesota. This team is going to be beaten and bruised and dejected and have nothing to play for.
And they still have
give me the Chargers.
And they still have Jeff Saturday as their head coach.
Right. Give me the Chargers.
I'm also rolling with the Chargers in this one.
Give me LA, please. Ooh.
And this is literally the biggest game of the week on the slate.
So bad.
The Detroit Lions laying 2.5, taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Yes. Still yes.
Still yes. Still yes. You know what? Give me the Lions.
Yes.
Lions by 1 million. Yes.
Yeah, give me the Lions. Even though Carolina's fighting for their playoff lives, give me the Lions to continue their win streak.
Lions by 1 million. And those are our picks.
Those are our picks. I wouldn't say by 1 million.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Yes. I am picking the Lions to cover 2.5.
Yeah.
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 As am I.
Yeah.
But as I cautioned earlier, be careful. This Carolina team is not a pushover, and they're still fighting for a playoff berth, same as the Lions are. So,
Yep.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yes.
all right. Now what's next? taste this?
Yeah.
All right, motherfuckers, let's take a timeout and taste this.
So this one comes to us from Flying Dog. It is called Gonzo Imperial Porter, and it is 10% ABV. So, yeah, drink like
Okay.
2 of these, you'll be all right. You'll be
Oh
good.
yeah,
Well, it's a good thing I just plan on taking a shot.
good thing.
That's thick.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least something like that's not an exploder. Giggity.
Oh my god.
That's what she said.
Giggity. Giggity, get goo. All right.
Shut up, Quagmire.
This is thick. This is thick and dark.
That's what she said.
Well then. Well. Looky here.
My, what do we have here?
Oh man.
I go back to the Blazing Saddles reference. She's like, "Oh, it's Twoo. It's Twoo.
It's Twoo. It's Twoo.
All right, cheers, boys.
Cheers. Oh, it's definitely thick and dark.
That's what he said.
It's so creamy.
That button's gonna get wore out.
That's what she said.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna stop talking now.
All right.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not good either.
Really?
I'm very
No?
torn on this one.
I think it's missing, especially for one that's like 10%. I feel like it's missing a little bit of bite to it, which
Yeah, there's not any real bite to it.
right.
See,
and
Yeah, to me there's no true flavor there.
yeah,
Like I want,
like I love porters and stouts, but this just doesn't have that bite for me.
yeah. I mean, to me, it's just kind of a gut punch of a stout. It's not really like there's
It's like
no
run of the mill stout.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it hits you in the gut with I'm a stout.
Yeah.
And it's not really like a true flavor or a true there's just no middle there, you know what I mean?
No, I'm gonna give this like a 2.75.
Yeah, I give it a 2.5.
Okay.
2.5 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
All right. Yeah.
It's not the worst I've had. It's nowhere near the best.
We've had
That's
some.
what she said.
We've definitely had some bad ones. For sure.
Said fuck the button. I'm just gonna say it.
I have to most of the time because I have to try and search for where it's at over here. By the time I can do that, I might as well just say it.
Yeah, we've had
Understood.
some bad ones.
And I wouldn't say that's bad.
This isn't bad.
It's just not great.
Right.
It doesn't give you the distinctness that you're looking for.
It does not.
It's not gonna make me look for it in the store.
No, absolutely
No,
not.
I'm
I-
not gonna
no.
remember it after
Nope.
this.
Nope. Absolutely not.
That's the
Nope.
bad thing.
Nope. No, I agree with you 100% on that. But they can't all be winners.
Nope.
That's what she said. Whether you're having drinks with friends or just want something fun and different to listen to, take a time out with Steven Scott, presented by Bald Man Entertainment. Time out with Steven Scott is drinking, jokes, wrestling, movies, memories, and so much more. Every show, they taste and sample different drinks and foods, which is where we came up with this idea from. They do Jelly Bean Roulette. We do not do that because we are smart. That's Time Out with Steven Scott, presented by Bald Man Entertainment. Look them up on YouTube or at Timeout Podcast, WSS, and be sure to follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Nicely done.
There you go.
There you go. Oh man,
That drop was pulled from we came over Was that at your apartment? when we
No,
did
I
that?
think it was here.
Yeah. So
No, that was at the apartment. Yeah.
So we were doing. Allison does the intros for everything. So when we gotta change things up or whatever, I come over. We do the record session. And, typically, it's later on in the evening. But
Give a few drinks.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
and
You have to, right?
Well, and Allison kind of has to loosen up a little bit and kind of just because she gets very nervous with the microphone and all that stuff. So. So yeah, that was. I got a lot of shit.
Oh, there's so
of
many
that.
drops. Like the last time we recorded, there's so many drops.
Yeah, there's. I didn't even put them all on here because I'm just bogging
There's a
everything
ton
down.
of
Fuck you both.
Just like little ones like that. It's oh my
Sports
god.
on Dap. Sports on Dap. No, I sound drunk. Shut up. I hate you.
There's the best. That one might be my favorite. That one is great.
Motherfucker.
That one might be my favorite.
Motherfucker.
All right. Anything else, boys?
No, I got nothing.
I think I've got nothing, but
All right. Well, thanks for listening today. This is going to bring us to the end of the show. Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out SOTDET.com. Click on the blogs, click on the fantasy stats, fantasy projections. We also have a shop there. I don't know if you know this. You can click on shop.
It's almost Christmas. Buy stuff.
Buy some Detroit Sports on Tap Detroit merchandise at SOTDET.com. Eric, thanks for coming in and
we
hanging out with us
appreciate it, man.
today.
Thanks
We
for having me,
appreciate it.
guys.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time. You're welcome back anytime. So as long as you can get Alicia to give you the night out card, then you can come hang out.
we'll ask her about that later.
All right. Thanks for letting us borrow him tonight, Alicia.
Yes.
So, on behalf of Eric sitting in and Chris, I am Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye, have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No, 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 no!
Bye, buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No! It's never goodbye.
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.